Welcome to this brief tutorial on the BC Fruit Growers Association Food Safety Bridging Program for the 2024 harvest. With the recent closure of the BC Tree Fruits Co-op, many of the growers previously certified under the Co-op's Canada Gap Option B group certification have lost their food safety certification. Most packers and retailers require suppliers to have a food safety program in place. This means growers will need to secure individual Canada Gap certification this year. There are different options for individual certification, but the most widely accepted by major retailers is option C, annual on-site audit of production, packing, or storage. Unless your packer or buyer has told you differently, this is the recommended path for certification this year. Once certified with option C, there is an opportunity to roll over into a different option in future years. A little bit more on the Food Safety Bridging Program. The BCFGA launched the Food Safety Bridging Program with funding support from the Ministry of Agriculture and Food. The goal is to help growers successfully transition to option C and set them up for ongoing success in the future. Through this program, qualified food safety consultants will provide up to 5 hours of audit readiness preparation per grower, and this will be free of charge to growers. This is a one-time opportunity available to growers who were previously certified under the Co-op's group certificate last year. The BCFGA gratefully acknowledges the financial support of the Province of British Columbia through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food. Who can participate? If you are previously enrolled in the Co-op's Canada Gap Option B Group Certification Program, if you require additional support to prepare for your Canada Gap audit in 2024, if you have completed and submitted a Canada Gap program enrollment form and paid the necessary fees to Canada Gap, then you are eligible to participate in the Food Safety Bridging Program this year. Similar to the previous group certification process, growers will make their own arrangements with the certification body, and this could be TSLC or NSF or others, to do their audits before the end of harvest. This year, there are a large number of audits to be done in a short amount of time. Normally, a grower would choose their own certifying body. However, this fall, Canada Gap is going to help coordinate and assign certification bodies to maximize the number of audits that can be finished this harvest. You must meet all requirements on the Canada Gap audit checklist to pass the audit. Any items that don't receive full points need to be addressed with corrective action. If immediate corrective actions aren't feasible, you will need to work on a corrective action plan that is approved by your certification body. It is important to note that audit fees must be paid for certificates to be issued. How can growers sign up for the program? First, submit your program enrollment form and pay the required fees to Canada Gap. Then, submit a copy of your enrollment form to the BCFGA to let us know that you're interested in obtaining food safety support. The email address for submitting your enrollment form is fruit@bcfga.com. When completing the Canada Gap enrollment form, Section E, Certification Body, should be left blank. By not selecting a specific certification body, you are signaling to Canada Gap that you are participating in the BCFGA Food Safety Bridging Program this year. Canada Gap will assign a certification body that can complete your audit within the shortest possible time frame. You must respond to the certification body as soon as possible to ensure that your audit gets done during harvest. Section F, that has the preferred date for your audit, must be updated with your anticipated harvest window. You should put down the date you think you will pick your first and last apples this fall. This is a time frame during which the audit will be scheduled. Canada Gap and BCFGA will work together to group audits within geographic areas. This will reduce costs to growers. All audits must be completed during harvest for certificates to be issued. This slide provides a brief overview on how the program will work this year. First, growers complete their Canada Gap enrollment form and pay their fees. Then they notify the BCFGA that their enrollment is complete. The BCFGA will contact the food safety consultant, who will reach out to growers to set up their appointment. Once the service is complete with the food safety consultant, the consultant will notify the BCFGA. The BCFGA will then communicate with Canada Gap and certification bodies that will ensure that the audits are done within the shortest possible time frame. The certification body will contact growers directly to set up their audit dates. Another reminder that audits must take place during harvest. The grower will work with their certification body to complete the audit and make sure that they take all the necessary actions to obtain their certification this year. Let's take a look at some of the main program benefits. Growers will receive up to 5 hours of targeted support with food safety consultants free of cost. Canada Gap will coordinate with certification bodies and BCFGA to expedite the audit process. Canada Gap will also defer payment of enrollment fees for up to 6 months for growers that need it. You should note, though, that fees must be paid by the due date or you will not be able to participate in the 2025 program. If you have questions or for more information, please email the BCFGA at fruit@bcfga.com. The email address for your questions and concerns is fruit@bcfga.com. Happy harvest!